There was a health tip I think I saw, and it was like, what do you do when you, like, if you're like at your kitchen or something, you cutting and you knock the knife down? What do you do? And then someone said, well, try to catch it. And they said, no, that's the dumbest thing you can do. What happens when you catch it at the blade? So like they say, let the knife fall. Something that's gonna hurt you, you just let it drop, and then you can always pick it up off the ground and wash it off. You know what I mean? So I had that thought and I applied it to life. And for me, there's two things, that one that I've already seen, and then the other one I could see being a potential issue. You know, Starting with the semen retention thing. Like, I know if I speak to my guys about that, they'll be like, "Yo, what the hell, bro? You supposed to be busting these nuts." Then if I talk, like, when I get into a new relationship, if I'm with a woman that ain't down, like, she's like, "What do you mean? Blah 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 blah." It's gonna be weird because we've all been programmed to think a certain type of way. And should I be spending all my energy trying to convince these people? No. If it's their time to understand it, they'll come to understand it. But that's one that I could see coming up in the future. The other one that I've seen firsthand is the spiritual journey, the spiritual route I've gone, the borderline hippy dippy mode. You know what I'm saying? Because what I've learned is, like, you need to challenge some of the things that we've learned. And when you make some of these drastic changes, you're gonna realize, like, a lot of people, you're gonna realize that a lot of people ain't gonna keep up with you. And a lot of, like, something I've learned in person is, I'm gonna lead a whole bunch of people, but some people are gonna hear some of the stuff I do in my private time. They be like, "Whoa, you crazy, bro? No, 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 you stupid for doing that. Then let me be stupid. I'm not gonna waste my energy trying to convince you." You know what I'm saying? So, and like in one of the videos I just made, talking about how you change. It's like, yeah, I've changed. Get with the program and get lost. I could risk holding myself back, harming my own progress to catch the knife, aka that person that doesn't, agree with what I agree with, or I could just let it drop and then pick it up later on when, our energies align or our maturity is at the same level. You know what I'm saying? I'm reaching higher and higher. If I'm this great, I'm trying to find people greater than me to be around. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't up to par, then I'm gonna let you drop. Simple. I'll pick you up later if you're ready to listen. That's simple. Sometimes it's your own family. Just recently I had to get on my parents just a little bit. I had to give them a little nudge to, like, I was trying to be nice about some things, but I had to be like, hey, look, listen, this is where I'm at. You understand? And one thing that it's a Bible quote, and it's like, call no man on earth your father. Now, of course, they're always going to be my mom and dad. I ain't going to take it that seriously. You are not my mother. You are not my father. But what they saying, or what the Bible is saying, is to look to God to be your quote father, if you believe in that. And the point of that is to aspire to be higher. It's like they say God is perfect, all knowing. And if you aspire to be like that, your progress on earth is going to represent that. You see what I'm saying? And a lot of people ain't going to get down with the get down. A lot of videos they call the normal people, the 95% of people, bots. They're all been programmed. That's why they call it television programming. You know what I'm saying? It's like, so what do you think they program? The TV's already programmed to do it. So why do they call it television programming? Because they want you to think a certain type of way. They want you to think that all the food in the shelves is food. It's not food. You know what I mean? They have so many different additives and stuff in it that if you were to put everything on the table, that all the stuff that these companies put in your food, you wouldn't even eat it. I'd be like, okay, eat, drink blue dye. Go ahead. It's just dye, then drink it. Go ahead, drink up. You wouldn't do it because that wouldn't make sense. You'd be like, why am I going to drink that? You know what I'm saying? But that's when you isolate things and you start to think about the stuff you're putting in your body. The programming, these little girls are like being raised by Cardi B and Nicki Minaj and Meg Thee Stallion. And don't get me wrong, I'm not here to bash a woman expressing her sexuality and all that type of stuff. But if I see my little daughter twerking and wearing the clothes that they trying to be wearing out here, like, oh my God, and that's programming. It's like, why is it that the female artists that are like really popping, like the really female artists that are out here that are like have a positive message. They're speaking about spirituality, hell, even singing songs about nutrition, or a very nice relationship that they have with the dude. The only things that make it on the airwaves is heartbreak and super duper sexual stripper sexual prostitution. Like, those are the only things that make it on the airways, and that's what little girls are growing up with. I'm not saying that there aren't influential women out there, but I'm saying they don't get the same publicity that these overtly sexual women and men do. You know, they're sex symbols. Why do we need more sex symbols? That's a like a, what's the word, like a natural what's the word, like a primitive way of thinking. Anyone can be sexual. That's in our DNA to keep our human race going. You know what I mean? And you'll be around a lot of these people, you'll see how brainwashed people are into this type of stuff. When you break away from the norm, you know, all these people that were once your friend, you know, that were your cushion, that were your support system, become a bed of spikes. But in this example, the knives. So you can waste all your time and hurt yourself by staying with them, keeping them along with you, or you can let them drop and pick them up later. Another thought I had. Till the next one.